out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then, so I'm going to go right into the sounds because we usually do a warm up, but I just did the lesson for those people that showed up at 10, and the sounds fill up the entire half hour. So you're getting about 2 weeks worth of lessons in the next half hour. So what we'll do is we'll start with metal. So metal is the lungs. So what happens is it's like a steam engine. So the sound associated with your lungs is hiss, hiss. We want to squeeze as much out. Your lungs, there's 2 organs associated with it. It's also the large intestine. Why are they paired? Because in the large intestine and the lungs, they both expel. They are in contact with the external world and they expel waste from our body. So we want to squeeze them, get as much out. But the other thing about the lungs is we want to compress them as much as possible, because then the next breath we're going to take in oxygen, which is positive for our body. So we're going to squeeze out the negative. So what we're going to do is you're going to lift your hands up, and then when you get up, you're going to turn them over and push out. So you're going to breathe in, and we turn our hands over, and then we want to push out as much as possible. Like I said, we're trying to expel waste here. Trying to expel grief is the negative emotion. Breathe in. Yes. All right, so you have metal. We start with metal. Water condenses on metal, so water is the next. This is actually one of the cycles in traditional Chinese medicine. From the next element is water. So water, of course, is associated with your kidney and your urinary bladder. What we want to do is, since your body's mostly water, you always want to have warm hands when you touch your kidneys. So you usually rub your hands. That brings chi and energy, and then you put that in your kidneys. It's considered the main organ because you're so much water. Okay. So what the sound is CHUUU. So it's your hands are in your kidneys. You're going to breathe in, and then we're going to trying to fear is associated with your kidneys, so we're trying to drive out fear. All right, so water, because there's water, plant grows, so the next is wood. There's exuberant growth. The color is green, and the liver and the gallbladder are associated with that. So in our anger is stored, the way that I remember, the color is green, the anger is stored there, and the way I remember what emotion goes with it is if you follow Marvel comics, there's the Hulk. The Hulk is green. He's actually a human, and then when he gets mad, he turns into a Hulk. So anger makes the green Hulk, and that's how I remember anger is associated with the liver. Okay. So I'm not. I guess I'll mirror you, so we look the same, but I'm actually going to have my hand on the wrong side. So you want to put your hand on your liver, which is on the right side of your body, and what we're going to do is when we have anger there, and when we get angry, we say a lot of SH words like, oh, shoot, right, and other SH words. So the sound is shh. So you're going to breathe in, And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift the rib cage off our liver. I'm mirroring you, so we'll look the same, but your hand is on the right side of your body. And then it's I want to squeeze all the anger out of there. But we're lifting the rib cage off, so we're going to let nutrients go in. All right, so you have the wood. The wood catches on fire. Color of fire is red, and you have passion burning in your heart. So the organ for fire is your heart. And what do we say when we see a beautiful, cute kitten? So that's our anxiety is stored in our heart. So we want to get the anxiety out. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your hand in your heart. I'm mirroring you once again. So you're going to have your hand on your left. Your hand should be on the left side of your body. You're going to come up. The motion is the same. We're going to lift the rib cage off the heart. You're going to breathe in and then That was the fire. After the fire burns, there's ashes. That's earth. So the color's yellow. Earth, it's our most solid time. So it's in our stomach and our spleen where we take in nutrients. And worry is there. And what do we say when we get worried? Oh. So that's the sound for the stomach. I'm trying to give you some little, analogies and metaphors and things so you can remember which one it is. So what we're going to do is you put your thumbs in your navel, and then you're going to breathe in, and then we're going to oh. 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 We're trying to massage our stomach, squeeze the worry out of our stomach. Yeah, if we worry too much, we get ulcers. We'll go back through. There's how many elements are in the classical four element theory of air, earth, fire, and water? That's right, 5. So, and there's a fifth element, the quintessential element, and that's the crystals that the spheres are made of. They never decay. Air, earth, fire, and water. That's what's happening down here on Earth, that everything decays. The crystalline spheres, the music of the spheres, as they say. So how many elements are there in the 5-element Chinese theory? 6, that's right. So the other element, which for some reason they don't talk about, but it's part of it, is bioelectric energy. It's actually considered a second kind of fire. So you have fire, and then you have earthly fire, which is burning, and then you have heavenly fire. You see it, call it lightning, shooting around. So there's actually a sound for that too. So we're coming up, we're going to gather energy from the heavens, and then we're going to sink down. So it's going the other way, so you're breathing in, and it's he, so it's One more. So you can think of that bioelectric energy as chi. So what's happening? And it has two organs associated with it, although one is the pericardium, which protects your organs, and the other one is called the triple burner. You have three energy centers in your body, so you don't have an actual physical organ, but you have three areas. You have one, the Dantian, everybody's always talking about building the energy up there, but you actually have three of them. 1, 2, 3. And you can think of them as respiration, digestion, and elimination. And so it's called the triple burner. All right, so we've gone all through those. So what happens is with the last one of the elements we did was we did fire. That leaves ashes. So from the ashes, you refine it and you make metal, and we're back at the beginning. Okay, so now what's going to happen is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through quickly because this is kind of level 2. The first one is we're just trying to move the energy around. This one's a little bit more vigorous. So we're going to go back with metal. Metal was the lungs. Remember, we came in and the sound was hiss as we went up, but this is the next level, the next physical level. So you're going to come up, you're going to breathe in, and now when we say hiss, you're going to drop your hips down. Okay, so go down. In this case, you want to keep your back straight and just go down to however much is comfortable. You don't want to hurt your knees, but we're engaging the lower body and squeezing more. So breathe in. Remember this for the lungs. Breathe in. Breathe in. All right, so the next one, water condenses on the metal, and so that's the kidneys. So once again, we're going to put our hands on our kidneys. This one we're going to bend over, but it's okay to lean. But once again we're lowering our hips, so the sound is to clear the fear out of our kidneys. I'm just throwing these out, so maybe you can remember these. Gonna breathe in. The sound is chew. So. Right. So water, earth, wood grows out of the water, and so that's the liver. Remember, it's she, because as we do the SH words. I know I'm going kind of fast, but trying to get you through all three levels. You can go and review it. You can either go to our site. There's actually articles in a class on these, or you can just review this lesson. You remember the things. If you just hear them, keep going through them. After you go through the lesson 5 or 10 times, it's like you start remembering, oh yeah, that's the liver, that's where the anger is. Okay, so what we're doing is, once again, I'll mirror you. So you're going to put your hand on your right side, and so before, what the movement was you're leaning as you make the sounds, S-H-I-I-I. What we're going to do is we're going to shift away. So you're going to shift, so you have to going the opposite side. So you're going to shift onto your left, and you're going to pick up your toe. Remember, this is level 2, so it's more physically intense. You can stay with level 1 if you want. And we're going to breathe in, and then as we say the sound, you don't want to shift forward. You want to keep all your weight in your back leg. This is just for balance. So it's shh. coming back to the center. So that was wood. Wood starts on fire. So that's your heart. So what we're going to do is now you're going to put your hand on your heart, which is on the left side of your body. You're going to shift over to that side. Your hip, knee, and ankle should when you bend your knee, it always goes in the direction of your toe. Your toes are pointing because otherwise you'll torque your knee. So you're just going to bend it slightly. Hip, knee, and ankle are straight, so you don't want to be over too much. You want your weight on the back leg, and this leg's coming up just for balance. Okay, and your hand's going to come over. Okay, so that was fire for our heart to get rid of anxiety. After there's fire, there's after there's fire. No, I guess we did them all. That leaves ashes, so that's the earth, and so we're doing the same thing as before, but once again we're lowering our hips to work our lower body while we're doing it. So worry is in our stomach. That's where we get the ulcers from worrying. So we're gonna breathe in, and it's like you're worrying. Oh no. So oh. 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 All right, and so, and then you refine the earth, you take out ore, and you make metal. So we're back to where we started from, to the sixth one, which is you're doing something called the Taoist horse stance. A horse stance is your feet are about shoulder width apart, and your toes are pointing forward, and you bend down, and your knees are going forward. So this is a horse stance. You're riding a horse. The Taoist horse stance is your toes come in. It's also called a Ba stance because the Chinese character for 8, Ba means 8, but it's 2 45-degree strokes, and so that's Ba. That's why you have like Bagua and things. That means that because there's a lot of the martial arts use 8 of things. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to have our toes pointed in a bit, and as we raise and lower our hips, see our knees can come together so they're separated. You go down. If you can go down low enough so they touch, but be careful. You can bring your feet closer together if you want them to touch there. So we're breathing in, and then it's he. 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 Kind of fleshing out the pericardium and the triple warmer, your energy organs. You're trying to flesh those out and stimulate them at the same time. So we're back around. We're back to metal. Okay, so we've got 7 minutes left because there's about 50 levels of these. But one more level where there's each level gets physically more intense. The next one has animals, so that's why I wanted to get you there because it's can be a little bit cool. So I guess it's can be a little bit dope if you. What we're going to do is we're starting with the metal, which is your lungs, and so that the sound is hiss. So metal's white, so we're doing the white tiger. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make, when we go up, you're gonna make like tiger claws, because we're gonna be tigers. So we're coming up, we're doing the same, this part's the same, breathe in, but now we come down, we make it, we're gonna like sink down and we're gonna be a tiger, like clawing a wall. So breathe in. That's the white tiger. So what happens with metal? Water condenses on it. The next one is the kidneys. The animal associated with the kidneys is the bear. And what you're doing, so you make a bear claw. The bear claws, they have huge palms, and then at the tip, their claws come out. So when you make a bear claw, you just bend, straighten your hand, and then you just bend the top. So this is it. So now it's like you're hitting with your entire palm. That's the power of the bear. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one hand on your kidney, the other hand's going to come up and like reach across. So what you're going to do, I'll do it from the side too, but so we breathe out, we're going to twist, and we're going to look over our shoulder and push the bear claw. So if we're here, you breathe in, and then as we breathe out, we're twisting. You're not caving your hips. We're just twisting our waist because we want to be like a washcloth where we're wringing the stale energy out, and we're looking over our shoulder, and we also turn our head and look over our shoulder, so we get a good twist, and then it's like we're hitting a tree trunk behind us. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to breathe out, and it's chew. So chew. We're going to come back to the other side. Remember, this is to drive fear out of the kidneys if you're doing it for the emotional. We twist, and then we relax back. Nutrients flow in. All right, so that was water, kidneys, and fear. So because of the water, wood's growing, that's green, it's the liver, there's anger. So the animal associated with this is a deer. We're trying to reach up and get some like low hanging leaves. We're going to be a deer. And there's actually two organs associated with the other one besides your liver is your gallbladder, goes with your liver, and the meridians run down the back of your body, and you're trying to stretch those and get all the kinks out of them so the energy can flow up and down from your back properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make deer antlers. We're going to start by touching our ears. And what you're going to do is we're going to come down like we're just maybe eating off a bush or something as we breathe in. And then we come here, and then as we breathe out, okay, we're going to stretch as much as you can. Now, if you don't have concerns about your balance, you can actually shift your weight onto your big toe. We're trying to stimulate the big toe. A lot of that's where a lot of the meridians begin and end, your toes and your fingers. So you're going to breathe in, like eat some leaves off the grass, but then you see them off that branch up there. So we're here. So breathe in. All right, so that was the wood. What happens with the wood then? It starts on fire. So the next is fire. That's passion in your heart. So the color is red. But anxiety can build up. So we want to get rid of that. The hawk is associated with that. So what we're doing is like we're going to just be flying back and forth. We breathe in, and the sound is, remember, ah. So you're going to breathe in, and then ah. So the fire leaves ash. The ash is earth. So what we're going to do is, what else would be associated with earth but the monkey? I just do what they tell me. Okay, so the monkey, what you're doing with the monkey is your hands are coming up the front of your body. You're lifting. Remember we tell you to relax your shoulders so energy can flow, but in this one we're actually telling you to lift it up. And then as you breathe out, you drop your shoulders and you push down. So this has to do with your stomach. So maybe it's because it's associated with the monkey. So you're coming up, breathe in, and then All right, and then we're back to water because we're back to metal because we refine the earth, take ore out, and make metal. There's not an animal associated with the chi or bioelectricals, heavenly energies, so we'll just do the same thing as we did before. Have our toes pulled in, we're stretching up, turned in, and then we're gonna All right, so what you can do, that was a lot for a half an hour, but there were 3 sets of ways you can do the sounds. There's 2 things I want to say. One thing is you can just pick one way and just do those several times a day. If you only do 3, you can work up to 9, as many repetitions as you want. But at the beginning right now, if you do 3, since there's 6 energies, that's 18 breaths. Now, the thing about, we do the breaths pretty fast in the lesson because I'm trying to get through it. But remember, you're trying to really get vibrations going in there. So you want to build up the length of time a breath takes. So you can breathe in, use a timer or some music, and then So your 18 breaths, you can make them last, 4 or 5 minutes if you do, say, 8 seconds each one or whatever. And you can pick out one set and then you can work your way up. Or you can just go through the whole thing. That would be like 15 breaths if you went through all 3 different ways of doing it. Each level gets a little more, heavier. There's levels above this. So for instance, when you're doing the hawk, you can, so you can, they get more and more intense as you go up. Maybe we'll do an advanced one in the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down the heavens, breathe in, breathe out.